Inside the league begins tonight for Georgia Tech and SMU, and Bertolino at the line, and off we go. And the first swing of the night belongs to Naya Shimei. On the Yellow Jacket side, it's Larissa Mendez, and she records the first point.
You see Georgia Tech working the right side of the court. You saw Shimei on the outside taking the first rip. You're going to see the balance throughout the match. It's going to be a spread, antenna to antenna, which is a pin to a pin.
Yellow Jackets 8-1 as that serve goes long from Bertolino. Tech coming off a win over Georgia a week ago tonight, their arch rival in state. They dropped the first set, Keely. Coach Collier told us they came out like ice. Georgia came out like fire. They're trying to rectify that here tonight. And Maya Tabron serving, transfer from Colorado. Tamara Otene, and she records a kill.
It's always fun to watch the start of the match with Otene. Is she on fire? Her first swing will let you know she is coming to play. Great vision to go around the block. She recognized her block was on the line shot, took it hard cross.
Had a monster match against Georgia in Athens last Friday. 20 kills, 19 digs. Celia Cullen with a back pass to Shimei. Otene tries to topspin. Good block from SMU. Down the line, and Tabron's there. And a lunging effort. That time from Emiliano, but it's going to be too many touches for Georgia Tech, and the point belongs to SMU.
You're seeing the spread. So you have Shimei on the right side getting an attack, and then Wheeler changing it up, testing out the court, recognizing setter is down the line, making her play that defensive ball.
Now Natalie Foster, who's one of the toughest servers in the ACC at 6'4", and that one will land wide of the line. But we've got two of the top servers in this league, Keely. Bianca Bertolino we saw earlier, and then Foster on the Mustang side.
Not a surprise that they're the servers early on. Bianca Bertolino taking that rip, and Foster here shortly within 2 points.
And Larissa Mendez, a sophomore. Back row attack from Bertolino, tries to go soft. And in the middle, Nady Okamore, the transfer from Florida. Her first point.
Wiley, we know the pin attack, which is the players that attack toward the antenna. That's the strongest attack. But when you can get your middle going, you hold that middle block so it opens up your pin attack later on for one-on-one opportunities.
And now Brooke Frazier, senior, second year at SMU serving. It's a tough one. Where will Cullen go? She goes to the back row. And Maya Tabron goes to the center of the earth.
Oh, to have attackers that you can use in the back rows. Tabron saw open court. You saw the middle shift right. Great job on that rip.
Spent the last 3 years as a full-time starter with Colorado in the Pac-12. Tight to the net. Emiliano goes to the far side, and Mendez, it was long. Georgia Tech's coaching staff pointing out that the back official on their side called it in.
Coach Collier looking down at her bench, debating whether to use the challenge card, and she's going for it.
And so our first challenge of the night. Michelle Collier pulling out the
ruling
card.
On the court is point SMU. Georgia Tech is challenging. The ball was in.
Our replay official Mark Prater putting on the headset. Well, Keely, we've only seen 8 points thus far. Any first impressions?
I'm loving it. You see power attacks so early on. You're seeing Mustangs going to right side to Shimei, and then out of system ball. Mendez on the right back can hit it as well. You're going to see the ball being spread because at this level, you have two top 25 teams in the gym currently. You cannot be predictable.
What do you think, Keely? That's close.
I'm thinking it's going to stand as out. I'm seeing some blue court between the bounce.
Both these teams picked to finish in the top third of now an 18-team
After review,
ACC.
the call is confirmed. Georgia Tech will lose their challenge.
So Georgia Tech loses the challenge. SMU's now on a 3-0 run. And it'll still be Brooke Frazier serving. But Georgia Tech picked to finish 4th in the ACC. SMU picked to finish 6th their first year in the league. They've got some respect. They won the American Athletic Conference last year, going 18-1. They reached the second round of the NCAA tournament. Emiliano goes to the middle, and Pierce gets a tool from the middle. Point Georgia Tech.
You saw SMU go to Okamore on the middle. You need to establish. Georgia Tech knows out of that long delay with the challenge call, we have to get Pierce, our middle of the ball, to hold this block. Otene at that service line.
Cullen on the slide to Okamore. Velez with the dig. And Bertolino left it just short. So point to SMU. But Keely, going back to your point about getting the middle involved, you know, Coach Collier, she told us she feels like SMU does a lot of commit blocking, and therefore the middle might be open. What does that mean?
You saw in that play, it was a little out of system. There was 3 blockers on Bertolino. She missed the tip shot, but you'll see 3 go.
Meanwhile, Pierce gets the one-on-one, and she wins it.
This is a commit block. So Okamore, the middle for SMU, was leaning all the way to the right. Okamore's watched video, knowing Bertolino normally is the choice. Georgia Tech playing a little chess right now, saying, we're going to set Pierce on the slide attack.
Relying on their setter, Luana Emiliano, who had a season-high 45 digs on Friday in Athens against Georgia. And Maya Tabron with an answer.
Tabron gets up. You saw that back row attack, the elevation on that outside. It was over the block. Nice line shot look.
Ellie Bolton, the libero, serving now. Transfer from Creighton. Spent 4 years with the Blue Jays in Omaha. Emiliano goes cross court. Bertolino, back corner, yes.
Wiley is an outside hitter. That is a shot you try to make perfect into the corner. So lean in a little back. It's behind her, and Bertolino finds a way to find that deep corner open shot.
And now Luana Emiliano, her first year at Georgia Tech. Tabron, whoa, she loaded up, looking for the high hands. She got him. Point SMU.
Coach Collier checking her blockers. Mogridge, I think, may have touched it, but both blockers are shaking their heads, so maybe Coach will use her challenge card once again.
And yep, Coach Collier is going to have her second challenge here in this first set after hearing from Liv Mogridge and Larissa Menges. So Mark Prater back to the replay review.
The ruling on the court is SMU point. Georgia Tech is challenging a touch.
You saw Tabron try to change her shot, so you saw the back row attack go right. Line shot on their previous kill, and then this one off the hands. She's really trying to get the defense to guess.
It looks like we're looking at Mogridge, right? Keely, maybe that left hand there.
Yeah, she's checking out the left hand and any motion. So from that view, I did not see any fingers move on it. And this is the beauty of being honest with your coach. So Mogridge looked at Coach Collier right away and said, Coach, I did not touch it. The person on this court right now is Mogridge is the only one that will know if she touched it or not.
Do you think video confirms her opinion? Enough to overturn?
You know, that's a better view because you saw no motion on it. Nice job on the zoom, guys. I'm thinking it's over, Wiley. I don't even see any, you know, a lot of times you can see like a blurry finger motion on the way back and then the ball crosses. I think it's going to be reversed.
And it is reversed. So the point goes to Georgia Tech. That'll keep Emiliano at the line, and now Coach Erger looking for an explanation. on what exactly was seen in the video. Looks like she's satisfied, if not at least willing to move on. Back row. And SMU answers right back.
That's how you keep the block guessing. You hit hard and then do a change-up shot. Nice job dropping that right over. This is a SMU team that's watched video, recognizes Georgia Tech sits a little deeper on the back row attack.
Now the heart and soul serving for SMU. Celia Cullen gets it through the tape. Velez feeds Mendez.
Oh my gosh.
And point Georgia Tech.
Let's just take a moment, Wiley, and just talk about what went on. It's off the net, bump set by your libero just to keep it alive. The setter played the serve receive ball. That's just high-level volleyball, stepping in when your team needed you.
Bertolino with the serve up near the rafters on the pass. Chimay,
Oh my gosh.
oh, she got vertical. Now, Coach Erger said she wasn't sure how high Chimay could go. She's dealing with an injury on her left shin. She suffered a pretty deep cut there last week.
Hey, she did a little shoulder shrug like, Coach, I'm getting up right there.
And now Maya Tabron. SMU trying to get the double digits. And she's into the net.
In these rotations, Wiley, you have Georgia Tech and 3 hitters. Emiliano is a 5'7" blocker. You want to keep her in the back row as long as you can because these pin attackers, the outside, look, they're really good at the line shot.
Mogrid serving. Cullen goes to Chimay and off the hands. Point SMU.
Incredible. Chimay came from the middle, opened up to the outside to take that attack. It's no doubt SMU is much better with Chimay on the court. Having her go down last match was a little shaky. We're glad to see her back.
And missed just the one match despite that cut that required 15 stitches. Otene gets the tool. And Georgia Tech, again, it's nip and tuck here, Keely. Both these teams, through the first 20 points, look pretty evenly matched.
Wiley, this is why you load up in your preseason going against top-ranked teams, Florida, Georgia, and then UCLA going against big blocks.
Cullen, a one-hand set. It was perfect. Chams Wheeler.
Yes, Cullen going up. It's a tight ball. Had a good look at it. Nice pop. Even got the middle to jump. One-on-one opportunity going outside, getting that height advantage. Wheeler for the kill.
Yeah, in Chimay's absence, Wheeler was unstoppable. So much so, Coach Erger told her she needed to go to buy a lottery ticket after the game. She couldn't miss. And Tamara Otene says, not so fast.
Otene has done such a better job with maturity this year and the bounce back, really just playing stable, not riding emotional roller coasters. When she gets hot, she's a player that can take over a set.
She had over 400 kills last year, which was 3rd in the ACC, first team all-conference. And Wheeler takes on Mainges.
Wiley, you see the matchup. You have Wheeler, and every ball when Emiliano, Georgia Tech setter, number 8 in white, is in the front row, that's the blocking height advantage. A power shot, every ball's going outside.
Emiliano across to Bertolino. She goes soft and plops it down.
So smooth. On the Argentine national team, Bertolino knows where the defense should be set up. Saw that ball inside open court to her left view, dropping it short.
And one of the reasons Georgia Tech has to have Emiliano there in the front row running this 5-1 is because of the injury to Eloisa Suarez. And somebody touched the net. It's ruled 4 touches there on SMU, so point Georgia Tech. But with Eloisa Suarez going down, that forces Emiliano into the front row.
Yeah, you got to stay with the shorter block, and that is only the 2nd time Georgia Tech's been pushing 2 points in a row. SMU doing a great job side out.
Cullen tried to flush it. Georgia Tech kept it alive. Acrobatic from Emiliano. Tabron got enough on it to carry it off the wall.
Setter Cullen in a transition play, running off, kept speed on the set to Tabron, a little side set, didn't go higher, worked the ball really quickly, so Tabron had a movement in that defense.
Looks like we're going to dry off the court a little bit here on the SMU side. We have seen at times over the years it can get a little steamy in here, Keely, especially if you're an opponent. It's your first trip inside O'Keefe. Mogridge on the slide. She cashes it.
That's one of the keys of the game for Georgia Tech. Get the middle going so your offense is not predictable. Mogridge, a little inside slide off of 1 foot right behind the setter. Mogridge can turn it up too.
Cullen to Tabron. It happened in slow motion.
Tabron, what hang time. 4 kills on 6 swings. Incredible. That's saying, hey, I'm ready for ACC volleyball. She's not looking at a block, she's trying to go around.
SMU's so experienced as a roster. They have several grad transfers. And Bertolino gets the point right back for Georgia Tech.
Bertolino, you have 3 kills already in this match. You're back to your serve-receive pattern. Think we might be getting a timeout here. Why?
Georgia Tech, the first to 15, but this has the makings of a nail-biter tonight in Atlanta.
Look, because of Donald Trump, more than 1 in 3 women.
Going up with her one hand, it was an overpass. The blocker attacked the finger, and now out. It's a hard miss because it's causing this blocking, shorter blocker situation.
Out of the timeout, Bertolino serving, and into the net. Natalie Foster couldn't quite get over the tape. Point Georgia Tech.
These are the rotations. Bianca Bertolino, this on her service line. This is where Georgia Tech pushes the most serves. Getting the run is everything right now.
And that serve is long. Point to SMU. Keely, we can talk about your keys to the match.
First ball contact for SMU. You stick the pass to mix it up and then quiet Georgia Tech's left side attack. We saw the commit block early on. For Georgia Tech, middle offense, you've been doing it, looking good. And then long rally domination. You want to stop it with your ball control. Nice overpass right there by Foster. Taking a rip, but the ball control is everything today, Wiley. If you become predictable against either of these teams, it's going to be an easy run to produce. You got to be able to stay in this offense.
Tabron at the line. And close to an overpass, and yet they're going to get Emiliano reaching over that time. Coach Collier wants an explanation.
When a setter goes up with one hand, an up official looks at it like, oh, it wasn't settable. The ball was going over because it was on her side. She'd be going up with 2 hands. If any part of that ball crosses the top of the tape, it's an invisible plane, the blocker has a right to it to swing. It's a back row violation.
Bianca Bertolino pleading her case to the up official, Scott Lowry. SMU gets the point, though, and we play on. It's a 3-0 run now for the Mustangs. And we got a violation there against SMU. Point Georgia Tech.
That was a big point right there because it was a tip shot. That would have been an easy transition play. That was a thank you very much for that net violation if you're Georgia Tech.
It's now Liv Mogridge serving. She can be a tough server as well. She's got 10 aces this year. Wheeler dropping some lightning.
Celia Cullen, the setter for the Mustangs, doing an excellent job running the set low. Georgia Tech's block really good, but if you're not able to get a strong setup, you're given a lot of seams for the attack to look through. Nice setting job.
Fifth-year player from Brighton, Michigan. Something about those setters from Michigan.
We come to play, that's what we do.
Great dig from Bertolino, bumped over by Otene. Velez that time. Manges, point Georgia Tech, tied at 18.
The dig by Bertolino in middle back saved the rally. Such a strong, bring it on type of dig, getting the rally continued. And then the finish, Menges taking it with power.
Now Emiliano's coming out of the game here. Laura Fisher will check in. That means they got Bertolino now at the set spot.
You play with the libero if you can get that,
Velez.
but just for the blocking advantage.
And off the hands, point SMU.
And Wheeler's still like, hey, you give me one-on-one, I'm gonna win that. Nice job. Fisher made the right move, but Wheeler had the hand shot long with power.
So Emiliano back into the match.
I'm going Otene right here on this outside. You need a kill late in the set, going Otene.
Frazier's serve. Bertolino bumps to Otene. Great dig from Wheeler. And she'll get the swing. And she gets the point, got the high hands.
Bertolino playing a little dodgeball out of middle back. Wheeler going all through the power, off that little shoulder arm throw up. No argument on Georgia Tech's side.
We got a timeout here on the floor. SMU with the 2-point edge. They've gotten to 20. Keeley, neither team has led by more than 2 points in this set. That is how tight it has been.
It's pretty impressive, Wiley. You come in ACC Volleyball. The Mustangs won the AAC last season. They're ready for high level, and I love what Coach Erger did. Load up the preseason, beating number 2 Nebraska 3-0, and then Baylor 3-0, number 18. Just getting ready for ACC play, where you have 6 teams in the top 25.
And for SMU, they've got 6 players on their roster, Keeley, that have played over 100 matches, and that's why when they take on these ranked opponents, they're really not phased. The way Coach Erger put it was, you know, at one point or another in each of their careers, they've gotten beaten before they've taken the floor. They've been intimidated. They're at a point now in their careers where we're not going to be intimidated. We might lose, but we're not going to be scared.
I love Coach Erger digging into the portal, transfer portal, and getting a lot of grad players that want to continue, get a great degree, maybe continue on with living in Dallas afterwards, going hard, going into different gyms, and really putting a team together. The culture's there. Coach Erger's done an excellent job really building unity in such a short time with a lot of new players.
It should be very clear they're going to try and field the best team in any given year, not worried about whether it's underclassmen coming in or grad transfers or freshmen, whatever gives them the best chance to win in a given year. That is how they will construct their roster. And right now they got a 2-point edge on the road here in O'Keefe. A little miscommunication there from the Yellow Jackets. And jams Wheeler, just jams it through the wall.
Wheeler had 3 blockers in front of her face, but she knew where she had the blocking advantage. Still working the line shot off of Emiliano, Georgia Tech setter. Now shifting Georgia Tech to a 6-2 pattern, knowing you're probably not going to take down this pin attack without a bigger block.
And here comes Ashlyn Goolsby, the second setter with Suarez out. It's her birthday this evening, and she slides towards the net, but it lands on the SMU side, point Georgia Tech.
And what a happy birthday it would be to get a win when you're on the court. Goolsby for Georgia Tech working so hard in her senior year, getting a lot of playing time this year.
This is just the 3rd set she's appeared in this year. On the slide, Okamore, a pancake from Velez. Otene gets it up, and a pancake on the other side. Oh, what a rally. Bertolino wins it for the Yellow Jackets.
Velez with the layout. That was everything to save the rally. Nice layout. Bertolino on the turn and ready. And a set delivery. Goolsby going to her senior for the kill.
Fisher can't get it through. SMU block is everywhere. And down the line, point Georgia Tech, and they have rallied, tied at 21, and timeout SMU.
There's just something special when Ashlyn Goolsby enters the court. There's energy around this player. Nice save, Bertolino saying, I'm gonna work smarter, not harder. Nice change up on that roll shot.
And Keely, Georgia Tech has a roster filled with international flair. They've got 7 players from outside the United States. They return 5 of 6 starters, but Ashlyn Goolsby, she's one of those local products from Marietta just down the road. But there is that international flavor. You've got Bertolino and Casas from Argentina. Of course, the Brazilian representation. We've seen that year in, year out here at Georgia Tech. And Sophia Velez, also South American. How about Tamara Otene as well, from New Zealand by way of Illinois State, now at her 3rd year at Georgia Tech.
It's pretty impressive what you can do. And you had Julia Bergman come through the way, make it to the national team for Brazil, earning a bronze medal. So this is a way, Coach Collier, as a player herself from Brazil, passing through the United States college system, is a really easy sell to get good players and saying, hey, you can play professionally afterwards and you can make it to an Olympic team as well, like Bergman.
If I didn't know any better, Keely, this feels like the end of the 5th set.
It really does, Riley.
So Otene at the line. 3-0 run for the Yellow Jackets. Goolsby to the middle. Deandra Pierce with the kill.
Smiles all around for the Georgia Tech side. Ashlyn Goolsby in transition, setting her middle. Pierce, that is the player you need to set a little out of system, force that middle back and kill.
SMU trying to shut it down. They go to Chimay. Otene keeps it alive. Bertolino gets a swing, but she misses the hands. Point SMU.
When the Mustangs needed a kill, Chimay was the go-to. She's still on that right side attack. Georgia Tech and the 3 hitters back now in the 6-2 pattern. This one, I would go out to Bertolino over Cullen on that left side to setter combination on the block.
It has been such a clean match so far on the overpass. Point SMU. Both teams hitting close to 400 in this first set. And now a timeout on the floor called by Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets have won 13 straight sets here on their home floor. In jeopardy here.
The Mustangs come into play. That's a way to settle it down. Just when you saw the energy shift, Georgia Tech shift in the 6-2, you settle it down. Nice strong serve. You had a decent lead going into the end of the set. And now in a 2-hitter situation, Wheeler's still on your outside. The matchup still looking nice with power.
Not a bad first set effort for the Mustangs, Keely, who had a 5 a.m. wake-up call yesterday to fly into Atlanta. They moved their flight up in anticipation of some poor weather with Hurricane Helene. So it was an early wake-up call yesterday in Dallas, and they're on time here tonight, delivering the first set.
This has been an offensive showcase of what ACC is about. Nice swings overall. I'm smiling ear to ear. These hitting percentages are insane. And then just the offense is there. Can one team stop the other is the question. Right now you see once the Mustangs are in system, between that back row attack and the pin attack, it's been looking strong.
SMU, they've won 3 straight, including a couple of matches against Northern Iowa last week on the road. In fact, this is about a 3-week stretch without a single home match for SMU, so trying to get comfortable here on the road. And they're in a dogfight here in the first set. It's going to be James Wheeler serving at the line. Fourth-year Mustang from Austin, Texas. Gets it over the tape. Bertolino with a changeup. Bumped over and a free ball. Pierce is blocked. Velez keeps it alive. And on the back line, the block delivers for the Mustangs. They've got set point.
What an effort by the Mustangs, giving a free ball and then committing right on the middle attack. Nice job on the finish. Okamura working her tail off as a middle blocker to close on that last finish.
Wheeler trying to win the first set. It's tight. Tabron, yes! SMU takes the first set on the road. 25-20. Samaya Tabron will serve from SMU to begin the second set. Emiliano cross court, Manges. Yellow Jackets scrambling, they get it over. Backside, nice. Chimay, point SMU.
Excellent setting technique by Cullen. She physically looked like she was going outside and then reversed that ball nicely back to Chimay. That produced that one-on-one opportunity for that kill.
Cullen, last year's American Athletic Conference Setter of the Year, the heart and soul of this SMU team. Backside Bertolino, yes, point Georgia Tech. Got the hands. What adjustment does Georgia Tech need to make, you think, in this second set?
I think we're gonna see that 6-2 earlier than we saw in that first set, putting Ashlyn Goolsby in and Fisher in for that blocking, because Mustangs figured it out. They can go line shot and get easy kills off Emiliano.
And Emiliano over the line. That's a violation, and just like that, Bianca Bertolino to the service line and gone.
The rule in college volleyball is that you can go over the line of contact as long as it doesn't interfere or might cause injury. Emiliano was in the middle of the court. The blockers were close. That's going to be called for the Mustangs.
And now Natalie Foster, SMU's top server. Not sure how that got through. But it's a point for Georgia Tech. Larissa Mendez.
Wiley, we're not used to seeing Georgia Tech tip as much. This is a team that's scouted. You watch video, identifying where your shot is open. Nice job, Mendez, doing the little drop shot, making Chimay come all the way over to try to pick up that tip.
So that tells you that Georgia Tech's got respect for the back row at SMU?
You play the yo-yo game, so you work them short, and then you try to get them deep on a hit.
In the middle, and Okamura beats Pierce in the one-on-one.
I've been very impressed with the blocking game of Okamura, but she's putting up 3 kills. Okamura doesn't get set often because you see the strong pin attack, but she's needed in that middle. Nice job getting up.
She might feel like she owes Georgia Tech a little something. They ended her Florida Gator career last year in the NCAA tournament. And Mendez is blocked. A high ball and a kill from Tamara Otene.
Wiley, the last 2 kills for Georgia Tech, they're coming from your 2 seniors. Otene on this swing, nice power shot, testing the court on that strong sideline, and then Bertolino. Those are the 2 players that know they have to put their team on their back because Mustangs are balling right now.
Larissa Manges with 4 kills tonight, not playing at 100% with that ankle injury. She missed a couple of matches a couple weeks ago. SMU sides out on the air. And now James Wheeler. Emiliano goes to Otene, and she is roofed.
There was no question. This is what the commit block situation. Okamore knows Otene gets about 70% of the attacks in this rotation. Already coming over to help with the right front block.
Is that commit block you're talking about?
It's a commit read. So you identify what's the likelihood my middle is going to get set. It wasn't a full commit. She didn't go early, but she was leaning to the right to get that close.
Otene serving now. Pass from Wheeler. Miliano goes back row. Mendez, and she's blocked. All of a sudden, SMU, their block coming alive a little bit here. Okamore wreaking havoc as she tags out for Natalie Foster.
You have SMU ranked 23rd, Georgia Tech 13th. There's no pressure on the SMU side. You can play freely, loose, strong. You're seeing SMU coming in to O'Keefe Gym very confident right now.
Yeah, SMU cracked the AVCA top 25 for the first time in school history a couple weeks ago. And Main just caught in between there at the 10-foot line.
You look at that, Wiley, you're like, what's the answer? Coming in, you had a cross-court shot. Tabron looked like she was going cross-court, but took it line over the 5'7" blocker. That's going to be your strategy here on out with Emiliano in the front row.
And we pointed out those top three attackers for SMU, Wheeler, Tabron, and Chimay. They're hitting close to 500 as a unit. And Otene blocked from the back line. The Mustangs all of a sudden really finding their stride. Neither team found this much separation at any point in the first set. Mustangs have doubled up Georgia Tech 8-4.
Out of system, you got to know where Otene is in the back row. Nice job, Mustangs, staying in on that.
3 blocks now in the first set for SMU, or beg your pardon, the second set. And that's going to be an ace. And Coach Collier wants a timeout. It's a 4-0 run for the Mustangs. They took the first set in tight fashion. They're getting themselves a little bit of breathing room here in the second stanza.
All right, let's run that again.
Geico has fast fair claims 24/7.
SMU with a 5-point lead here in the second set. Mustangs in their first year in the ACC. And it's been a big year for SMU. Going back to a little over a year ago, Keely, they were down in Tallahassee at Florida State when they found out that SMU was joining the ACC. They found out through the media, Coach Erker told us, just saw it on the news. They went out that night in Tallahassee, swept Florida State, and said a year from now, that'll be a conference win. Pierce on the slide. And point SMU out of the timeout. The Mustangs playing very confident here.
Coach Erger did an excellent job rebuilding a team, putting a group together. And I love what she said about the recruiting process. She was like, I love being the only ACC team in Texas. That's a definitely recruiting advantage in a strong conference now with 7 teams in the top 25. Miami making their way in this week, being the 25th spot in the ACC.
This is the first of 4 top 25 matchups this weekend in the ACC. That tells the story right there. SMU for the match is hitting over 440. And there's a service error. The Yellow Jackets trying to use any scrounge of momentum to turn the tide.
Looking at the matchup, it says as setter with Colin saying, I'm going outside. Tabron's in my matchup, get a quick kill.
Got to give Tabron credit. She took a swing at it. Wasn't an ideal set.
The blockers pulled off. Tabron was expecting hands, so took that shot high, hoping hands would be there, but it was an open net swing.
And now Sophia Velez, transferred from Trinity Valley Community College, her first year at Georgia Tech. And somehow Chimay beats it through the tape and the block. What a huge return it is for SMU. They weren't certain they were going to have her today.
Touching 10-8 in her extension. I know the leg injury, you probably drop a couple inches, but that's looking awfully high on your swing attack, Chimay.
May not have seen that in practice yesterday. You're seeing it in match today. Mokers on the slide. The only thing that Cullen could do would slide out of the way.
Wiley, when you're equally matched and you have another team like SMU running with speed, for Georgia Tech, you have to match that speed to get a block opportunity one-on-one. Oh my gosh.
That looked like she joined the skyscrapers here in Midtown Atlanta on that one.
I'm not seeing the leg injury on that type of swing. Why? That's impressive right there. All smiles right now. Shimei is a ball in.
And she's now got 6 kills. Tabron and Wheeler with 7. And it's Tabron at the line. Some of the service errors keeping Georgia Tech in this match right now.
And this is the one server on their service line that can be a threat. Put some points together, get a run, jump, top spin, serve is feared across the nation.
Over 130 career aces. She led the ACC last year in aces, but Shimei and the Mustangs get it over and they earn the point. And for the second time in this set, Bianca Bertolino is one and done from the service line.
Ellie Bolton, libero for SMU, just handled that serve receive and stuck a pass right for the setter Cullen to make a set out of it, giving a hitter one-on-one. That's very impressive, holding Bertolino to 1 serve.
You can see Bolton there sitting on the bench wearing number 4 in red. She was voted a team captain. Keely, in the era of the portal, it is still extremely rare to see a first-year player transfer in and be named team captain. Really testament to Bolton's leadership qualities. And another service error, again, keeping Georgia Tech around.
Georgia Tech wants to push points. This is the last rotation before setter Emiliano's back in the front row. But guess who's still in the front row for Mustangs? Shimei on your right side.
And just long, point SMU. Another service error. This one to Georgia Tech. All right, so Emiliano into the front row. Otene, no hands, point Mustangs.
Mustangs feeling pretty confident. Had a nice serve, stepping in on that, and then going off an out of system ball. Frazier doing an excellent job coming in with a strong contact.
Second year at SMU, started her college career at Texas A&M. Emiliano goes to Otene, and Otene goes to the floor.
Notice, Wiley, it was with the speed of a set. You didn't see loop on the set. It didn't go clearly over the antenna. Watch how low that ball is. This is what causes Okamore not to close. Georgia Tech staying with the strategy. Okay, we have to go faster. Let's do it. Otene taking the rip.
Menges serving. Cullen to the middle. Okamore.
Wiley, you know when you have like a toddler asking so many questions and the parent is like quick to respond? It's like any question right now, there's a response from the Mustangs saying, oh, we got the answer. Oh, here's the answer. Okamore up the gut with another kill.
6-point edge for SMU.
What?
Otene gets the tool. Sofia Velez. What a pass.
That we just witnessed, Wiley, a pancake, one-handed, serve receive pass to the ground where Velez stuck it right on the setter.
Yeah, Coach Collier, we asked what player has impressed her the most through the first month of the season in non-conference. She said Velez right at the top of the list, very happy with what she's brought to that libero spot. Now she'll bump set. Bertolino trying to go line. Cross courts. Tabron did not get the hands. Point Georgia Tech.
Pretty fun right now. You had setter Cullen doing a little side set, keeping it low, knowing Tabron could hit it, just taking that one a little long, but these are still strong rotations for the Mustangs.
with some speed, a little bit behind Tabron, not as much on the swing. Bertolino beats the block point, Georgia Tech, and they have cut SMU's lead in half on this run. And with that in mind, the Mustangs want a timeout. The Yellow Jackets trying to punch back here in their home gym, in danger of going down 2-0.
I thought Coach Erger pointed out correctly, knowing her team well, saying when we pass well, we're lethal, we're dangerous, but it's all about our first ball contact. She goes, I know it's like volleyball one-on-one, everybody says it, but that first pass is everything. If we're in system, we know the offense that we have, and right now Georgia Tech coming out strong with the serve to cause a little more chaos on that serve receive for the Mustangs.
Coach Erger directing her team here in a hostile environment. We mentioned earlier they've pulled off some big upsets, and look at what they've gotten tonight from their big three. It's not just that they each have 7 kills, Keely. The hitting percentages are bonkers.
And Tabron, 2 of those errors, she was trying to find hands, and those were nice swings if she had a little better look at it. So those hitting percentage, pretty impressive what we're seeing. This is the pin attack. So a pin are players that play on the antenna. You have 2 outside hitters and then 1 right side hitters. Number 7, Shimei doing an excellent job on the right side, holding her own, and setter number 3 on your screen, Cullen, just running the show with a good pass. The Mustangs, like Coach Erger said, they're lethal.
Occasionally, Coach Erger says she has to remind Celia Cullen that you can't eat your young. You got to make sure the freshmen know that you actually like them. She is so intense. Sometimes it feels like she might drag you across the finish line if need be. Tabron out of the timeout, and she connects. Point SMU.
That was a Cullen set. Anything it takes to win. Running off a little side spin set to get it tight enough for Tabron to rip off the arm of the blocker.
Now Ellie Bolton at the line. Miliano. The horn went off. The point is going to go to Pierce, and Coach Erger is complaining that a siren went off, which is true. That did happen. Felt like a basketball buzzer.
So it was a mid-rally.
Yes.
The buzzer went off, but the ball was open, like swing on it. Coach Collier saying, you know that was going to be a kill. Coach Erger going, but the buzzer went off mid-rally. I think we should get a replay on this one. I'm loving what you're seeing. So Bertolino arguing right now, you know that was a kill. A slide attack, it was already going down. The defense, that little buzzer did not matter because the ball was gonna go down for a kill. How does that matter? And then you had a little Argentine shrug come, it's like, vamos, está en serio, vamos.
I think if the shoe was on the other foot, you could make an argument, given that SMU's the visiting team, but it's hard to get the benefit of the doubt in your own arena, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a replay. You have a buzzer go off mid-rally, you're getting a replay.
Yeah, advantage home team, I don't think you can let that stand. So the inadvertent buzzer cost Georgia Tech a point. Pierce, that time goes soft on the slide. And Tabron gets the point for SMU. That could be a big moment in this match, Keely.
Nice run, way to calm things down. Just when Georgia Tech had the slide attack kill and the buzzer went off, now you change it up. Tabron with a power swing. Riley, there's only one player right now who can put her team on her back, is Bertolino on your outside.
And that serve is long. Point Georgia Tech. Liv Mogridge coming in, replacing Pierce. And Sofia Velez at the line.
You almost want to change block it and go Bertolino on the right side, Emiliano left, but this ball's going out to Tabron.
Goes to the middle, and Shimei, and she gets the tool off Mogridge.
Out of system ball. You saw Colin knows who can hit the ball with 1 block, 2 block, doesn't matter. The height advantage, the power swing. Chimay out of middle back, nicely done.
She was close to that 10-foot line when she leapt off, too.
It's all about the toe turn, Why?
Back row, Otene into the net, point Mustangs.
We have Smile from setter Cullen running back the serve, feeling confident with what her team is doing.
SMU to 20, and they've got a chance now, Keely. They're 5 points away from taking a 2-0 lead here on the road.
SMU looking so solid in every part of their game right now. You are hitting 500 in the current set, 11 kills on 18 swings. Setter Cullen, just in her grad year, doing an excellent job, mixing up the offense, running excellent strategy. I'm loving what I'm seeing with SMU Volleyball. Welcome to the ACC.
Mustangs coming off an NCAA tournament appearance last year. We mentioned they won the American Athletic Conference. And Coach Herger having a little fun. She gives a little piece and a wink there. That's when you know you've got things under control, when you're playing loose, when you got a head coach who's willing to wink at the camera and give us a little love.
We loved interviewing Coach Herger. She was so energetic, had so much passion for her program, and doing a great job just recruiting in that transfer portal. She goes, I welcome it. I will take any good player that wants to play and join together and build a solid unit.
You can see Natalie Purdue and Brooke Frazier enjoying it. If you can have this type of mentality on the road, Keely, that can mean some really special things are in store this season. It's such a veteran group. They're loose. And they're playing some really high-quality volleyball here as Celia Cullen will continue to serve. Bertolino a second swing. Wheeler with the dig. Tabron with the kill. Point Mustangs.
It's automatic right now. Tabron on the outside. Nice job on this swing. It was a good touch by Georgia Tech, but just redirected the ball off the bounce of the blocker. Mustangs are feeling it, Wiley, in this hitting percentage. Now 526 in this set is looking really nice. Georgia Tech not really having an answer for this type of offense.
They have had just 5 attacking errors on the night. They're hitting .455 as a team. Mogridge, there's a point for the Yellow Jackets.
You know, if Georgia Tech had unlimited subs, they would do serve receive a 5-1 and then side out a 6-2. So right, getting Mogridge involved in the offense, you have to do it. Get the middles going.
Luana Emiliano serving. Tabron keeps it alive. It's bumped over. Mogridge again. Back to the middle.
It's almost like, hold on, Wiley. We're almost toward the end of this second set. Mogridge found 2 quick kills. Georgia Tech putting that in their memory bank, saying, okay, we have a push kill with the middle. We're gonna try to keep going to it.
Chimay blocked. Menges and Mogridge, and now Georgia Tech trying to pull off a last stand here in the second set.
Mogridge knows in her rotations, Georgia Tech has a back row setter. These are their 2 rotations that they will have to push. Way to show up.
And Chimay roofed again. It's kept alive, though. Oh, what a dig from Bolton. Again. Velez to Menges, hands. Yes, point Georgia Tech.
Chimay with her head nod to her coach, saying, yes, coach, I touched it up the line. That's a comeback. It all started with the swing by Mogridge and showing some want to a triple block transition play, going off the line shot And the huge jump extension of Chimay catching the pinky finger. Mendez pulling up with a kill.
Timeout SMU. This 4-0 run, Keely, you mentioned it, it has come with Emiliano, the 5'7" setter in the back row. It's critical, like you said, that Georgia Tech pushes points in this rotation, right? And
I'm not really sure if Mogridge heard it from her coaches, like, hey, we need to push points when you are on the court, or Mogridge took it upon herself and saying, oh, when I'm on the court, we're in a back row setter situation. This is go time. 2 nice kills, then you follow up with the closed block. It is pure want to on the side of Georgia Tech, because I thought SMU's cruising, and honestly, if they get a good pass and serve receive, they can still cruise. But Georgia Tech's shown a lot of character in those last couple points.
Georgia Tech had not lost a set at home since earlier this month, back on September 1st, and Luana Emiliano, transfer from UTRGV, that would be University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Top 15 among active setters and total assists. And for Emiliano, coming off one of her better matches against Georgia, I mean, she's well aware too where this is going to be a challenging spot for her with Suarez going down, and she is stepping up. So out of the timeout, can she continue to land her serve? And a block from Mogridge and Bertolino. And the lead is slashed to 2.
Just a heads-up play by Bertolino coming in on that help, seeing Tabron getting the swing. Little shoulder shrug, you walk it off.
Nearly an ace. Manges, a 6-0 run.
Detail, different players set up. It started with Mogridge. Now you're seeing the right side. Menges getting a nice kill.
And look at Eloise Suarez cheering on Emiliano. Her 6-0 run comes to a halt on the service error in SMU. They've got Tabron at the line. They are still just 3 points away from taking this second set.
If you get a good pass, why not go to Mogridge? I think she can do it again, make it a trio. 3 kills up the gut.
Both teams out of timeouts in this second set. Tabron gets it off the hands of Otene. That might have been going long, Keely.
That was one of those, Coach Collier clapping it off, saying next ball right there. Tabron took a nice rip. Otene had a chance. Now you're shifting Otene a little up, giving a little more space for Velez to work.
Velez, and that's Emiliano reaching over. And SMU now 1 point away from taking the second set. What a huge swing. A service error, then an ace on Otene's choice to play the ball, and then that's pass too tight to the net, and all of a sudden SMU has a stranglehold in the second set. Tabron. Manges tries to keep it over Emiliano. Chimay for the set, yes! SMU takes the first 2 sets inside of 8 matches in this building since December of 2019. One was earlier this year, a 5-set match against UCLA. That's their only loss this year. And it begins with a point for SMU off the hands.
Chimay giving a little point back to her setter, Cullen, like fantastic set. It was a low ball with an up and down motion. Chimay took that ball a little hop, skip, and a jump off the top of those hands for the tool.
And now Georgia Tech, a little bit of moisture on the back end of their half of the floor.
I would be wiping up any moisture after a Chimay attack. You don't want her to get in a little groove. Wipe up, tie your shoe, whatever you got to do.
You've also got Natalie Foster at the line, SMU's top server. Maybe trying to ice her a little bit. She's clocking mid to upper 40s in velocity on those serves, Keeley. Okamore from the middle, dropping an anvil.
Pretty nice. It started with the strong serve. You're right with Foster. It's a hybrid serve. The angle she's hitting, it's a little top spin, yet it comes at you fast for the angle that a 6'4" extension can produce on this serve.
Yeah, Coach Collier told me they were trying to mimic it by having a couple players stand up on a few boxes in practice. And there's an overpass. An opportunity for Chimay. Point SMU, and they lead 3-0 in the third set.
Bravo, Coach Erger, putting together a team ready for ACC volleyball, digging into that transfer portal. She said it wasn't by design. We wanted some freshmen, sophomores in the portal saying, yeah, come on. But she said, I'll take some good players that said yes.
The one thing she said they felt like they were missing when it came to recruiting was that power conference brand. Now they've got it. And you mentioned during our intermission, as Georgia Tech finally able to string together a couple points.
That was great strategy either way. So Menges took the tip shot. That takes Chimay out of the offense, making her run all the way from the right side, sprinting over to pick up that tip shot. Good strategy, and you'll take it if it drops for a kill.
Coach Erger spent 8 years at Baylor as an assistant, and then those last couple as an associate under Ryan McGuire. Part of a team that was the #1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament 5 years ago. Okamore now with 6 kills.
Coach Erger said, we know we have to pass, so we spent 80% of the time in practice in our passing game. You're seeing that paying off. Setter Cullen basically at the net, able to run any player she wants. Nice dig.
Beautiful dig there from Frazier. Still alive. Otene, and that hit the pin. Point SMU. Right off the antenna.
Otene trying to go for the line shot, a little out of system ball. Just came in a little hard for it. You see SMU feeling confident in every part of their game. It's pretty impressive to see a new team in the ACC walk into O'Keefe Gym and play this well.
Menges, back line, point Georgia Tech. But to your point, Keeley, they've got 4 transfers in this year. They've got 9 players who have played 4 or more years of college volleyball. I mean, that is just a wealth of experience.
And there's something to be said when you don't feel the pressure, but you are very confident in your game. That 5th year is a bonus year. I played my best volleyball overseas in Spain. Nobody saw it, but you feeling confident in what you can do. Menges coming up with the previous kill and a major ace just to produce some type of points for this Georgia Tech side.
Larissa Menges at the line, and it's about this time of the night, Keeley, where those that handle the mops and the towels start to get pressed into a little bit of overtime duty here. Ooh, Velez off the dome. And it earns a point for Georgia Tech.
That was a take one for the team type of dig. A beautiful seam shot. I thought the ball was going to down, and right there, just getting it up. Velez getting it, and then the put away, Otene.
It's got to make it a little easier next time for her to stick her nose in there, right, if they win the point.
Hey, as a volleyball player, you'll put any part of your body just to keep the ball alive when you really want to win. Velez all over it.
Yellow Jackets nose ahead. with Menges at the line. Ooh, Cullen, a little sneak attack, and she kisses the tape. That was savvy.
Savvy indeed. Use your tip shot, a second contact send over, setter dump by the setter. Nice job, great timely way to do it as well.
And now Jamison Wheeler, who had 7 kills in the first set, Keely. She has not had one since. A little bit of frustration there as her serve goes into the net.
Wheeler's only been quiet on this court because she's got a stronger blocking presence with Menges in the front row. That's why we're seeing a lot of Tabron.
A scramble, SMU keeps the rally alive. Goolsby feeds the middle, and Deandra Pierce eats.
Coach Claudio and Coach Michelle Collier looking at each other like, we got to do it. You're seeing the middle attack. Goolsby saying in your senior year, this is your time to bring it.
Deandra Pierce, she began her college career in Texas with the Longhorns, part of a national championship team back in 2022. On the slide, Okamore beats it through Bertolino.
Bertolino took that one like a champ as well, off the face. It had a little side, thankfully didn't hit straight onto a nose, but Okamore has a really important slide attack showing that you can get offense on that side.
She really came into her own last year at Florida. She was named the Defensive Player of the Week a couple times in the SEC, had over 100 kills, over 100 blocks. And Deandra Pierce, and she stifled Tabron and Foster.
The right idea that setting your middle is important, but you're seeing Tabron and Foster adjust like, oh, this setter, Goolsby, likes to set the middle more than we're seeing with Emiliano, so we've got to stay strong in that middle block.
How long did it take you to feel like you were truly unpredictable as a setter?
Probably my junior year in college, when I could figure out the offense, and I wouldn't even look at the scouting report. I would want to figure out live. Don't tell my coaches.
Bertolino with the kill. Point to Georgia Tech, but Keely, to that point, it kind of puts into perspective for Ashlyn Goolsby. This is just the 3rd match she's played this year.
Right, yeah, exactly. It's hard to do, it takes experience, but Goolsby on her birthday, just saying, you know what, I practice in this gym, I'm gonna go hard for my team.
I'm blowing out the candles.
Yeah, you're hoping there's a happy birthday present at the end of the night.
So tied at 9 after the service error.
Get the music going, Wiley. Dun, dun, dun. Chimay is in your front row with Tabron. Those are the 2 strong attackers we're seeing right now. These are the best offensive lineup for SMU.
And it's going to begin with an ace from Celia Cullen. That skated it across the rafters. Just the 3rd ace tonight from SMU. Georgia Tech has only 2. Both have come in this set.
It's go time. You're seeing a 10-10, 3rd set. Who's gonna do it? Georgia Tech, it looks like they're gonna stay in that 6-2 pattern. Now putting Menges back in the front row, Amelia on the service line. But you got Chimay and Tabron in your front row. I'm getting the ball, I'm going out to Chimay saying, let's go.
Emiliano goes to the heart of the floor. She's got the dig. Velez bumps to Bertolino, and the block from Tabron. Maya Tabron taking over O'Keefe Gym.
Tabron in every aspect of her game, from the service line to the block and the attack, just elevated here in Atlanta.
10 kills, 4 blocks, also 4 digs. And an ace already tonight.
Ooh, nice
Make it
ball.
2.
Wiley, I know you call Braves games. What do you call that pitch? When it comes high and then drops, a sinker? What do you call that?
Change-up sinker.
Right,
I think that's a sinker.
That's a sinker. It comes high at your face. You're opening up like it's going to go long and then drops fast. Nicely done. Her brother plays for the Angels.
Good pull, Keely.
It was in there. It was in that memory.
And a block from Foster and SMU.
He would know, right, what it was called. Nice service game. Tabron going strong. Georgia Tech needing this timeout.
Starting to wonder if this is O'Keefe Gymnasium or maybe Moody Coliseum in the heart of Texas.
The Kittles was filmed before a live studio pizza.
All right, here you go.
Look alive, dipstick.
Down, they have taken it to the Yellow Jackets, hitting over 400 in every set and a preposterous 600 here in the third. They've got 6 kills on just 10 swings in this third set. And Maya Tabron has gone off. Chimay.
Wow.
And a big swing that time from Bertolino. Snaps a 3-0 run for SMU.
The touch off the block for Chimay's swing, and then Otene reading to her left just to keep the rally going. Bertolino, nice line shot, but overall that was a defensive transition play to produce that kill.
And now Bianca Bertolino at the line. You've got Mogridge, Otene, and Menges in the front row. And what a serve from Bertolino. That had some mustard on it. And James Wheeler with her first kill since the first set. Couldn't have come at a better time. Huge side out.
You saw the setter, Cullen, run around her middle just to get the bump set. Nice friendly bounce to the net. Wheeler says, I'll take that.
Smile and a wink as well. And now Natalie Foster. Transfer from Wichita State. Big swing. Menges. Tabron's got to push it over. Menges with a crater behind the line.
When you're in system, which means the setter's at the net to run an offense, you have to go fast. Watch how low this ball is. You can't get one up, not even two. Open net swing, Menges with a strong power shot.
And now Liv Mogridge at the line. I'd imagine her dad's probably here tonight. Alan, a senior football advisor with the Yellow Jackets in his first season. Football team's got a bye week, so no game tomorrow. And what a swing down the line. Chimay earns the point for SMU. Who's SMU got in football tomorrow?
You know, I should ask my brother-in-law. He's actually on the SMU football staff. Jeremy Clary says nothing but good things about SMU. A very strong family environment, and I'm sure he's happy about that nice line shot from Chimay.
And perhaps slightly disappointed he didn't know they had Florida State tomorrow at 8 o'clock in Dallas.
Yes, I don't know.
And Menges, she will earn the point that time as the block goes off the antenna. Yellow Jackets hanging around here. SMU won the first set 25-22 and then 25-20 in the second. And Menges, the first Yellow Jacket to double-digit kills tonight. And that serve goes long.
SMU knows that their weakness they continue to improve upon, which looks like a strength today, is their service game. So they'll take any missed serve from Georgia Tech as a friendly thank you for the side out.
Wheeler nearly with an ace. Laura Fisher has come on for the Jackets. And a tool that time from Tabron.
You feel confidence on the Mustang side. Tabron just in her game, in her rhythm. Passing games there. And then, of course, Cullen running an excellent offense.
Otene with power as Wheeler slaps the floor. Disappointed she couldn't handle that heat.
We've seen it done. Otene starts lighting it up, can come back in the third set. Georgia Tech is just hoping it's not too late. Mustangs, good offense right now. You just need to pass because you have 3 hitters, including Chimay in your back row for the swing.
Little funky side spin from Otene on the serve, handled by the Mustangs. Belez to Fisher. Mustangs scrambling, and Tabron just long, and Coach Erger stomping towards the replay review, looking for that green card, and she will challenge.
Making it clear, yeah, I think that ball was in. Make sure you're looking at the in-out call. I like the idea. Did you see the open
The ruling on the
line
court
shot
is
and then
point
last
Georgia
second,
Tech. SMU is challenged and ball was in.
Tabron turned it to the line. Nicely done. We'll see if it caught line. Georgia Tech had the best view if that was in or out.
Yellow Jackets have won 8 straight. They are on the ropes here, and a look on this from Tabron. Oh, I don't know, Keely. What do you think?
Yeah, that's out.
I think that's out.
You're seeing blue between the white of the line and the ball on the bounce. You have Scott McDonald, the strength coach for Georgia Tech, sitting on that line shot right away. No reaction. He's saying ball's out.
After a review, the call is confirmed. SMU loses the challenge.
So Georgia Tech's got it back down to 2. They've got to find a way to push some points here. Coach Erger a little surprised. I'll be honest, Keely, I thought it was in naked eye when I saw it live. But that replay review showing it's clearly not, and affirms my choice to stay out of the realm of officiating.
You're pretty good at what you do,
Yeah, well,
stick to play-by-play.
Great block from Georgia Tech. Bolton goes to Tabron. It's a joust. And another block. Point Georgia Tech. They built a wall on the far side.
So you wonder how Georgia Tech beat a BYU, beat a Florida. It was a 6-2 offense. Suarez as a setter got injured, but this was the block we saw. Fisher stepping in on the right side. Menges is the other right side. A huge block. Georgia Tech's just settling back into it.
Cullen, back row, Chimay
gosh.
launching and catapulting on the back line.
That's what we say. That's pretty right there. Chimay, the ball hardly cleared the height of the antenna. It's low, it's fast, caused the defense not be able to set up. Nice rip.
And now Ellie Bolton, team captain, grad transfer. Spent the last 4 years at Creighton. Big serve. Bertolino stuffed. Tabron floats it over, but kept alive. Goolsby tried to go to Fisher, and Fisher taps it right into the block. Point SMU.
Between what Tabron is doing, 4 blocks, 11 kills, and then Chimay with 14 kills, 1 block. You look at these two, if a player of the game, you'd have to go equal on these 2 players right now, carrying a major load. Tabron coming up with the block.
SMU has done a little bit of everything tonight. They're hitting over 400. They've got 8 blocks now to their credit. As Bolton floats one far side. Goolsby goes to Bertolino. It's into the net. Point SMU, and they've hit 20. And they can smell a sweep here on the road in O'Keefe. You want to talk about making a first impression. That'll turn heads across the entire ACC.
Sam Erger doing an excellent job, really working on our team's weakness, which was passing, that serve receive breakdown. You're not seeing runs like that today. You're seeing an offense that looks incredible. Setter Cullen doing a great job running a fast game, trying to go through this amazing defense that we see with Georgia Tech is one of the best in the nation, but the defender's not able to set up because of how low the set is arriving to the outside.
And for Georgia Tech, still not out of this match. They trail by 4. They've got to win this third set, of course. But what is the takeaway from tonight? You start to ask yourself, do we have to run a 6-2 moving forward?
That's exactly that. That's your takeaway. You just let the entire ACC world know what the strategy should go in when you play Georgia Tech. You're like, okay, setter Emiliano, she's a good jumper, but she's 5'7". So to beat an ACC team that's top 7 of them are in the top 25, that you have pin attackers that can take a hard power line shot over a short block. You feed them until you stop them. And Georgia Tech had no answer, so they had to shift with Fisher, number 18 on your screen, to get her a stronger block.
So Ellie Bolton still serving. She had big shoes to fill, replacing Sine Uluave, who was the libero of the year in the American Athletic Conference. Tabron shrugs and says, what of it?
That's like in baseball with your brother plays for the Angels. I read your bio. That overpass like a home run, an overpass kill and a walk-off. Like, that's what I do, Tabron saying, guys, we're going to finish this.
I think Brian would be pretty happy with that pimp chop. Goolsby to Fisher, point Georgia Tech. This is kind of right where Georgia Tech was in the second set, Keely. They had their backs against the wall. They were able to push points, and then just a confluence of errors really ended the set for them. Can they make a run here? Velez serving, poor pass. The block from the Jackets. And we've got a net violation there on the Mustangs. Point Georgia Tech.
Now, if Georgia Tech had Emiliano in, that ball was going to go down for a kill, but you had 6'3" Fisher on the right side to hold her own on the block. If you're Georgia Tech looking forward, you have to train Ashlyn Goolsby. She's got to get ready, and she is ready. Look, she's getting points while she's on the court, but that's where you have to focus, because I think 6'2" in your ACC volleyball is where you have to go.
Cullen tries to feed that one over, handled by the Yellow Jackets. Great pass from Bolton, back row, tap. Bertolino, did she get hands? She did. It's down to 2.
What I love right away, that there's no argument. You look at the blockers and their body language to the coach. You saw right away Foster shook it off and said, Coach, no, I touched it.
SMU has 2 timeouts. They'll continue to play. Cullen on the slide, and a big swing. Natalie Foster, just her second kill of the night, but that'll be one of the biggest if SMU can pull off this sweep.
You saw Georgia Tech's Mogridge going out to Tabron. I mean, I'm going there too, putting 2 in front of Tabron. That was a one-on-one opportunity for Foster, took advantage.
Goolsby. Point SMU. Velez could not handle the speed.
You know, I knew SMU had strong attackers. We've seen them through video. Seeing this live is another level. Tabron just saying, we're doing this, guys. That's how you show leadership. Great job.
And that serve is long. Well, it feels like this is going to be a last stand here for Georgia Tech, Keely.
Definitely a do-or-die moment, because Shimei's back in your front row for SMU. If I'm Cullen, I'm saying go ahead and finish this off. Best rotations for Georgia Tech, though. You're back with Emiliano on the service line.
Cullen goes to Tabron. It's been her show all night, and she's earned match point. And fittingly, Keely, she's going to go to the line.
I'm loving that. And that serve receive pattern, I should have seen it earlier. That ball's going to right side Tabron, one-on-one. You're doing it all for your team, putting your whole team at match point.
It's long. Did they get hands? Yes. Point Georgia Tech.
You had a little head nod from Wheeler, like, yep, I got it, coach. Georgia Tech still alive. Bianca Bertolino at the service line.
And now Coach Erger is asked to talk with Mark Prater, our low official.
If I'm a SMU fan at home right now, I'm just saying, Chimay, set her a ball.
Bertolino. It's long, and SMU wins the match on the service error from Bertolino. The Mustangs in their ACC debut gallop into Atlanta and take out the Jackets in 3 straight.
As a team,